Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to go over Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum is trading at $1,332. 24-hour volume, you're up 6.38%, and market cap, you're down 0.03%. All right, you guys, we're going to start off in our week. I'm going to cover over daily and then immediate short term for 2 hours. So if we take a look on our weekly time frame, we have been holding really nicely in the terms of our bodies of our candlesticks at the 1296. Now, if I scroll over, I did highlight this area because we had a few candlesticks here retracing back on February 1st and then February 22nd. So we don't really have a whole lot of support. We are testing this as a support. I'm not saying it is a reliable one, but it is showing us really good promising numbers here. Now, as we can see, as I'm zoomed out, we're going to use our volume profile, which is this blue and yellow indicator off to the side that measures volume on dollar amounts. So if you guys see in other videos, we have volume at the very bottom here that measures volume at hourly time frames, time frames in general, whereas this volume profile measures volume in dollar amounts. So we only want to fixate volume in general instead of these blue or yellow lines of buying or selling signals. And we can see this dollar amount of the 1219 area. We notice that this candlestick here retraced down at 1218 last week itself. So again, this could be treated as a good support. And if price is below this, it's going to be treated as a resistance line. So let's zoom in here so it's easier for you to see. As we can see, the RSI is at 5%. And the K line or the D line is at 25%. Obviously, we just want to take a look at the lines or the percentage in general. We are below 20%, which is considered as to be oversold. Now, keep in mind for Ethereum, before we see immediate price action going up in a bull rally, price itself or the RSI can drop down to 0%. You'll notice with this red candle here on June 6th, the RSI was at 0 and 0%, but it continued to retrace down because the momentum of our MACD indicator showed the momentum growing on the bear side. So again, even though we are considered to be oversold, it doesn't immediately show us a reversal is going to happen. Let's take a look at a few signs here. So with our RSI considered to be oversold, did not trigger a buying opportunity. So keep that in mind. We're not looking for price to all of a sudden go higher up because we are considered to be oversold. What we do take a look and factor is the momentum. Which side is it on? So right now we know it's on the green side, but we do see our candlestick or this bar so far in the week, a very light colored candle or bar itself. But not only that, it is a lot smaller compared to previous week. So we're seeing a lot weakness of this bull momentum. As we are getting closer to an area of support here and the RSI can continue to come down, we are anticipating on a weekly time frame for Ethereum to come down. Now, this is only based on the history or based on the facts that we have right now. And if we can anticipate price going to come back down, we're going to be reliant on this low of 1218 based on the previous action that we saw on our volume profile. Now, going into our daily, because we want to take a look at our daily time frame because it affects our weekly time frame. As we can see, the ranges of these candlesticks in the previous couple of days showed a lot of pressure. Showed a lot of pressure in the buyers, showed a lot of pressures in the sellers. Now, what we can observe from the previous candlestick yesterday was the range at the very bottom pushed a lot of sellers to push it. However, we do have some strength in the buyers because the session so far of yesterday occurred the body at the very top. So it gives us again a signal that there are buyers pushing the price as high as they can. Notice the range as well. The range wick is a lot different as the bottom wick. So throughout the entire day, sellers push the price as low as they can, and you'll notice that we broke through a lot of fib indicators here. However, we are staying above our 61% of our fib, which is going to help us in the long run, okay? Now we're going to take a look at the Bollinger Bands because we can see the Bollinger Bands have expanded as price retraced downwards. Higher volatility means higher the risk. Price is going to move fairly quickly here. As the upper band and the Bollinger Band at the very bottom are squeezing in, ultimately in the next couple of days or so, we are going to be monitoring this because it gives us a hint if there is going to be a breakout, either an uptrend or a downtrend, when these narrow and pinch in. But I will go over that later on once we see that opportunity. But if we take a look at our RSI here, we do see that pinch just so lightly. And this here doesn't really show us all of a sudden we're going to sell. There's selling opportunities. We need to wait until we do see that infinitive crossover, because here you can see how small that crossover is. We came up to this green candle. We see selling pressure gave us a selling opportunity. However, it came back down ever so slightly and then crossed over it once again. So even though we are at 93%, we are considered overbought until we get that pinch here and crossover. Then we can evaluate if price is going to come back and retest 1352 as a resistance line. Now knowing that we are considered to be overbought, let's check in on our MACD indicator. So MACD indicator looks like it is weaning down on the indicator red here. So we can see the bars are getting smaller, weakness of this trend. And if we can push the price a little bit up at the 1352 and flip from the red to the green, we're going to break this. This is our rally here that we need to break. However, I'm not confident in the candlestick that we have right now, which is essentially a spinning top candlestick. And mostly spinning top candlestick is an exhaustion of either trend. We can see that the trend itself is coming upwards. And if we have a spinning top candlestick, it does give us a hint that the uptrend is exhausted. And we need to confirm with the next candlestick itself if it is going to come up once more or if it's going to come down once more. So keep that in mind as we evaluate on our daily timeframes. Taking a look at our 2 hours. Now, if you guys follow my Bitcoin videos as well, we come down here to consolidation. We see price hitting resistance, coming down to an area of support, coming down to another area of support once again, finally broke out into the resistance. We see the MACD indicator here getting stronger in the momentum as we peak all the way up at 1400. We see this crossover. We see the crossover and we see momentum slowing down. Not only that, but take a look at the candlestick patterns too. We can see pressure at the very bottom of this candlestick as the body remained below 50% and the range itself remains small as well. So with confirmation of this candlestick here, we can see we have a gap in between here, jumped fairly quickly on the selling side. So we knew selling pressure was done and obviously confirmed with this previous candlestick. So as we are progressing upwards, notice again, we are in the resistance area and the support area. We are most likely going to see price coming up, retesting resistance, coming down to an area of support until we can see that breakout. And notice that the Bollinger Bands too, where it's coming into waves, higher volatility, coming back down, higher volatility coming back down as well. So we're going to come into these waves and price is going to consolidate resistance to support area. But what we are looking for in this video here is a few targets to look for. So what we can see here is we can see selling pressure here. The RSI switched over for a selling opportunity as price is going to come down because we are going to see the price come down. We're going to retest our 50 and our 20 MA. So at the 1322 is a high area of interest because these two lines or moving averages are treated as a resistance or a support. Now, if we are able to hold on to this area of support at these moving averages, then price is going to bounce really nicely and retest our 1352 phase or on the outskirts of 1335 here, as you can see the previous rejection here. So that's kind of my observation here for Ethereum. I do feel like we are going to be testing the resistance and coming down to an area of support. The only times that I do see we are going to come down to an area of support is if we do see the MAC indicator showing us from the green to the red with heavy selling pressure. As you can see here, it went from the green to the red, it came down to this area. Same thing right here, green to the red in the middle of the trend. So that's only, again, if we do flip from the green to the red, we are most likely going to retest this area of support here. But this is going to be my target where we're going to see, the reaction at 1322. So that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.